Hey guys, and welcome back to Storytime with Sarah, and I'm joined with my friend here, Arnold, and today we're going to talk about a story about a time that I got really angry and was hurt by someone, and I could have taken revenge, but I chose a different route. So if you're interested, keep watching. Alright, the story begins when I was in university. I think I was in second year of university, and I used to go to this Christian group on campus, and I would go to the meetings, and after the meetings people would go out for dinner. And so I remember walking with this big group going to a burger place downtown, and as I was walking, this other guy started to walk beside me, and he started to strike up conversation. And as we're talking, you know, he's asking me like my name, he's asking me what I study, normal questions, but I don't know, I just got this feeling that something was off. I just felt very uncomfortable, and he was just asking me, as time went on, he asked me more personal questions, where I lived, if he could take me out, if he could take me in his car, and I just was so uncomfortable, and I just knew I had warning bells in my head, but because at that time I thought that loving people was being polite and being very kind, and even if you felt like you were in danger, you should still be nice to that person. So because of that, I stayed in that conversation. But there were so many red flags. Like when I tried to pull other people in the conversation, this guy would yell at them aggressively, and he just was so insistent on trying to find out where I live, trying to find out my details, trying to ask me out, and I was just so uncomfortable. So when we got to the restaurant, I separated myself and I got my friends to stand around me. But this guy was so intent on talking to me that he would make everyone else feel uncomfortable until they left me. And for the rest of the night, he kept asking me like, what's your Facebook, what's your number? And so I wanted to leave. So I took a friend with me and we left the restaurant, and he held the door open for us. And so we said, okay, we're going, bye, good night. And so as we're walking out of the restaurant, he follows us and he's still asking me all these questions. He wants to see me again, da da da. And I say, no, I'm not comfortable with that. Sorry, goodbye. And so we start walking away. But then he starts walking after us, following us. And so my friend is like, okay, so we start to run, and he starts to run too. So basically this guy is chasing us, and so we finally outrun him, and that was so scary for me. Number one, that was a very scary night for me. Months later, I have a situation with the same guy. He finds me again on campus downtown, and I was so shaken because he followed me again, he stalked me again, he harassed me again, made me feel so unsafe. So I thought that that was over. I thought these 2 times of being harassed and chased would be the end of it. But then months later, he finds me again, and this is the 3rd time, and he finds me somewhere very close to home for me. And I was completely freaked out. I didn't want to ever see his face again, and not only that, I just was put in another unsafe situation with this person. And so I was very, very angry. I had had enough. I had enough of being scared. And I was so angry because this person had destroyed my feeling of safety and security, and he had destroyed my trust in people. So I was scared of strangers. And you know, seeing him for the 3rd time, there were a lot of things I could have done. I could have yelled in his face, and I could have been aggressive just like he was aggressive with me. I could have told all my friends, and I could have gotten them to do something to him. I could have put him on social media and shamed him and called him out. But I did not want to respond that way. I did not want to respond with revenge, because I know that God tells us to love our enemies. So instead, this is what I did. 1, I got away. So I ran away from him, and I made sure to be safe away from him. Number 2, I told trusted adults in my life that could protect me, that could also help in the situation. And number 3, I called the police. So in any dangerous situation, get away as soon as possible, tell people you trust, and call the police. So the end result of hours and hours spent with police and dealing with all these legal things, this person is now not allowed to come anywhere near me, not anywhere near the places that he knows I would be, so never near my school, never near my places of work, never near my house or anything like that. And if he is, the police are allowed to arrest him again, and more charges would be laid. So I felt very good in these choices. I felt like these are the things that God would want me to do. And not only that, God wanted me to forgive him. So after this person, stalked, harassed, chased, frightened me 3 times, I decided that I would forgive him. And I think the reason behind it is best summed up by this Lisa TerKeurst quote. Forgiveness doesn't let the other person off the hook. It actually places them in God's hands. The point of forgiveness is to keep our hearts swept clean, cooperating with God's command to forgive, and keeping ourselves in a position to be able to receive God's forgiveness. So for me, it was really important that I forgave this person, and it was really only through God that I had the strength, the power, and the conviction to actually forgive and show love to this person instead of taking revenge or harboring the bitterness and anger in my heart. So God is good, friends, and he will help you through hard situations and show you how to love instead of hate.